CIET NCERT presents audiobook Interactions, activity book on listening and speaking for classes 6 to 10.
Page 125.
Chapter 55 Social Welfare.
Learning Outcomes. 1.
Learners will be able to listen for gist, specific information, and detail in the given text.
2.
Learners will be able to talk about people who have contributed to changing the society and world at large.
3.
Learners will be able to listen to personal narratives and discuss conflicts and resolutions.
4.
Learners will be able to narrate their dream of bringing a change to the world. Now, we will move to page 178 for the appendix of chapter 55.
Page 178.
Appendix 55. Whoever sits in my cab gets my card and can contact me even at 3 in the morning with an emergency, and I will take the person to one's destination. An incident that pushes me to keep doing this service is one that happened few months ago. Around 2 in the morning, I saw 2 men on road, frantically waving for a transport. I obviously stopped for them and realized that they had a woman with them who had met with an accident. Many cab drivers before me had refused to take her in their vehicles. The incident made my heart sink. I gave them a blanket, which I always keep in my car, asked them to cover her up, and drove as fast as I could to get her to the nearest hospital. For the next few days, I kept checking to know if she had survived, and by God's grace, she did. We are friends now, and she still thanks me for that night. Whether it is floods or any other emergency, I make sure to reach locations where people need me. I believe that everything is not about money. I was earning rupees 65,000 in my previous job, but I have never been happier. I can speak in 11 languages, and this I have learned through my interaction with various passengers. I have the qualification to be an advanced engineer, but the highlight of my life is that until today, I have transported more than 500 emergency cases to hospitals and have tried my best to, at least, give them a chance to survive. For that, if I am forever called an ordinary taxi driver, I gladly and proudly accept it. Now, we will move to page 125 for the activities of chapter 55.
Page 125. Warm-up. A.
Match the famous personalities in these pictures with their quotes.
First, illustration.
In this picture, we can see an old woman. She instated the missionary of charities.
Illustration 2.
In this picture, we can see a famous scientist who was known for heading India's nuclear missions and also was the president of the country.
Illustration 3.
In this picture, we can see the father of the nation.
Illustration 4.
In this picture, we can see a man who is known for writing India's constitution.
Illustration 5.
In this picture, we can see a man who gave up all his princely riches and became a guru.
Page 126. Quote 1.
If you want to shine like the sun, first burn like the sun.
Quote 2.
If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one.
Quote 3.
An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind.
Quote 4.
A great man is different from an eminent one in that he is ready to be the servant of the society.
Quote 5.
Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared.
B.
Keeping in mind these figures and other such philanthropic personalities, answer the following questions.
1.
What are the qualities that you associate with great people? Why?
2.
Mention at least 3 factors that make people bring a change in society.
3.
How does personal change affect social change? Give examples to support your argument.
Activity 1. Listening. A.
Listen to the narrative of a man who changed his life for a cause.
1.
Work in pairs to write short notes on the following components of the narrative. Use examples from the narrative to support your idea.
A.
Conflict,
B.
resolution,
C.
determination.
Activity 2. Speaking. A.
Work in groups of 5 and construct a narrative about any figure around you who has brought about a significant change. Ensure that it has a specified timeline, a conflict, as well as resolution. Share the narrative with your class. Chapter 55, Social Welfare, ends here.
Activity book on listening and speaking for classes 6 to 10. You were just listening to this audiobook. Read by Akash and Dr. Anandana Kapoor. Recorded by Bati Langlingdo and Mayank Kumar. Production assistants Tanu Gupta. Directed and produced by Vandana Arimardan. This audiobook is presented to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.